Hello everyone, welcome to Baig Math Academy. This is session 1 of Unit 2, Circles. In this session, we're going to be learning about the angles of a circle. There are 4 types of angles in a circle. The first one is the central angle. In a central angle, the center of the circle is a vertex, and the measure of the angle and arc are the same number. So here I will show you an example of how a central angle looks like. So at the center of the circle is the vertex, and if I draw an angle right here, the measure of this angle is the exact same as the measure of this arc. So if the angle is x, then the arc is also x. So now let's try an example. So in this example, it tells us to find x. So we know this line right here is the diameter of a circle, and the diameter is half of the circle, and half of the circle measures 180 degrees. And we already know this part of circle is 120 degrees. So to find this arc, we just need to do 180 minus 120, which will give us 60. So the measure of this arc is 60 degrees. And if this is 60, the angle's measure is also 60 degrees. So x is 60. The next type of angle we'll learn about is the inscribed angle. The inscribed angle is on the circle, and the measure of the angle is half the measure of the arc. So here is the angle on the circle. And if this is x, the measure of this angle is half of the measure of the arc. So this would be x over 2. So now let's try an example. So we know this line is the diameter of a circle. So if this arc is already 92 degrees, all we need to do is find this arc, and to do that we just do 180 minus 92 degrees, which will give us 88. So the measure of this arc is 88 degrees. And now we have to find x. So if we divide this measure by 2, we'll find x. So 88 divided by 2 is equal to 44. So x is equal to 44 degrees. So basically this measure of this angle is twice the measure of this arc right here. The next type of angle is the interior angle. In the interior angle, the measure of the angle formed by the intersection of the two segments is half of the arcs. So I'll draw a picture of how the interior angle looks like. So here we have 2 lines intersecting at a point, and these 2 angles are vertical angles, so they're both equal to each other. And if we call this arc as x and this arc as y, we need to find the measure of this angle right here. So to find that, we just do x plus y divided by 2. So all you do is just add the measure of this angle of this arc and this arc to find the measure of the angle in the inside of it. So in this example, if this is x and this is y, we need to find what the measure of this angle is. So 15 plus 75 over 2. 15 plus 75 is 90 over 2 is 45. So x is 45. So if the measure of this angle is 45, this angle's measure has to also be 45, since they are vertical angles. The last angle we'll talk about today is the exterior angle. In the exterior angle, the measure that's formed by two secants intersecting outside of the circle is half of the two arcs. So I'll draw a picture of that. So here's one segment, and this is another segment that's intersecting it outside of the circle. So if this large arc is x, this small arc is y, we need to find the measure of the intersecting angle right here. So to do that, the formula is x minus y over 2. So it's the large arc minus the small arc divided by 2 to find the intersecting angle's measure. So now we'll do an example. In this example, we're told to find x. This segment right here is the diameter of the circle. So if this is 80 degrees, this has to be 100 degrees. So now all we do is 100 minus 30 divided by 2. 100 minus 30 is 70 divided by 2. That will equal to 35. So x is equal to 35. The intersecting angle is equal to 35 degrees. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps.